check, 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 check. Hello, 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 hello. I hope I'm audible. So it's 12 a.m. It's the start of the third of the second month of 2026, and we are here. And as the title goes, we are doing DSA in Goa. So the ones who have not followed me, no worries, because there are only 5 followers that I have till now. So I am starting DSA while I am on vacations in Goa. Oh, hi! And I got a viewer, and to my surprise, I've just started streaming, and it's been a busy day, and I'm seeing a special viewer. Thank you for joining. Thank you, and thank you so much. So I'm doing this live stream. There's a purpose of doing this. Dedicated guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Means a lot. So the reason behind I'm streaming out of nowhere today after a long while is because it's a new month. It's a start of new things. It has been a wonderful day, and I wanted to do something about the day so that uh, I just move a step closer to the bigger goals of my life that I have. So being dedicated to things doesn't mean that I'm enjoying any less. I am enjoying absolutely the most. So, well, I don't want to lose my consistency, and I got placed recently in Accenture, and I'll be soon releasing a video about that. And many of you have seen, or at least if you are someone who will just scroll through the YouTube, you'll find that I have documented each and everything I studied, I did to crack Accenture. So the yes, the news is out. I am officially a part of Accenture. The joining dates may come very soon. I'll release a full-fledged video onto that. But yes, I want to keep up the good work. And with this note, let's begin. Now, we were doing uh, Coding Ninja's questions. Yes, we'll just scratch something over there, but our main focus is to solve or to engage ourselves for a few 10-20 minutes on a DSA problem, maybe a string or array-based question. Okay, so now I'll quickly check if you are able to hear me. And I've opened YouTube and I want to hide my screen because I don't want to show you my screen. And I'll just very quickly use unhook and I'll close, oops, and I'll close everything and I'll just open my YouTube channel and I'll see if I am live properly and if you are able to hear me properly. Yes, you are absolutely hearing me very well because I am audible very well. And let's start. And once again, thank you to the one who has joined. And absolutely, you are very well visible on my screen. Now, let's make this full screen. Oops. Okay. Such a dedicated guy. I take that seriously. Now, what is this PDF? Uh, it is the set of questions which I've solved in order to crack Accenture, and I wanted something to put my brain on, so I thought, why not use this sheet? So let's find code. Let's just find a good question. Length of the last word. Okay, that's doable. Given a string S consisting of words and spaces, return the length of the last word in the string. I am a passionate developer, and you know what? You have trailing and what do we say? Trailing and trailing spaces, right? If that's the right word. Trailing spaces and spaces in between. Uh, And yes, one thing more. I'm not someone who shies away from using ChatGPT. I had developed the logic by myself till the very uh, extent that where my where my brain can take me. And after that, in order to correct the syntax and in order to uh, know the best and optimized solution, I use ChatGPT. So devoting the next, let's say we'll use clock. Let's say 30 minutes on this problem, and I hope not that I spend actually 30 minutes on this problem. But let's see. This must not take more than 10-20 minutes at max. Okay, so yes, again, I'm not someone who shies away from using GPT. Length of the last word. Okay, so in this string, I'm a passionate developer. Developer is the last word, and you know what? DEVEL is 5, right? It's 5, and 5 and 4, 9. 9 is the length of the word. Okay, so this space actually only helped us. We can start from the end of the string, right? We can start from the end of the string till the first space, right? Till the first space, and then we can count the word. So every time this is going to be the last word, right? And I'm not going to see the solution. Do we have to use, we do not have to create any string. So string is fine. So we are fine with the, the string in hand. Well, if we think about the edge cases, I think, let's see, we are like, yes, we are. So if we think about the edge cases, what are those? The edge cases are if we get an empty string. The edge cases are if our string only has one word, then we have to return the length of that particular word without searching anything. And how do we do that? That's the question. And what else? Nope. If you have two words, that's completely fine. We can create an array of words. Yes, right. Can we create an array of words? Yes, we can. There was a syntax for it. Once we create an array for words, this is what all I'm saying is actually thought process. We can create an array of words for which we have very easy syntax, and we can go to the end of the array. We can go till the end of the array and just find the length of that word, right? Anything that is placed at the end of the array, right? Yes, 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 yes. So, yes, one approach. Let's just start writing. What is our first approach? This is question number 22 that we are doing. Okay, so approach one. Approach one is basically you create what array of words, right? Go to last of array, return length. By doing this, we get the answer, right? Edge cases. Edge cases. What are edge cases? Edge cases are one word, no word, right? Only space. So these are some edge cases that I can think of. And one thing more we can notice if we come here, you can see there are spaces, oops, there are spaces at the start and at the end of the sentence. This is something we need to note because this is the question. So how do we do that? How do we go with this approach? Okay, we'll think on this approach. Let's quickly think on parallel approach or some other approach, I mean. Approach 2. Approach 2. What is approach 2? We create a for loop, right? Loop loop from last, right? Loop from last, do word creation, do word creation. We don't have to do actually, so we even don't have to do this word creation. We have to, so I'll not cut actually anything. We'll say that no, sir, we don't have to do this word creation that we thought. Instead, what we have to do, we have to uh, maintain word, oops, word length, right? And because we are talking about the last character, so it, we actually don't have to do anything. So how will we do this? Because it is given that the end of the string and the start of the string are going to have spaces. Sure, this is sure, right? Start, end, right? And after the word is going to end, let's assume this is our word. So after the word, we'll have a space and sorry, after the word we'll have a space and before the word we'll have a space. That's for sure. So we'll count length until we hit a space, right? Or a white space or what do you say, blank, right? And we'll see for the what edge cases, right? So I think we'll go with the second approach. I like the idea of the second approach. Let's just quickly open the compiler, right? Let's just quickly open the compiler. And my voice is so shrill. Yes, it is. No worries, we cannot do anything uh, very immediately about it. Java CMPI. Right. So, what we want, type what? Uh, shall we manually give the sentence? Let's just give the sentence. The sentence str string str is equals to, what was the question? Let's take from the question itself. I am a passionate developer. Okay. I am a passionate developer. ठीक है, I'm a passionate developer and we have leading and trailing spaces, right? This is the word. Leading and trailing spaces. Now what we have, we want to print the last, okay. Um, Copy this. Now we're gonna copy L was the shortcut, right? Shoot. Copy Control L, nope. Now Control K. Heck. Uh, Give me a second. So these were just downloads. I made a PPT regarding Gita, and those were some images. Mind me not. Okay, so Control Shift D, Control Shift D, maybe Control Z. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Length of last word. Right, length of last word is basically, now we have this, and we'll write a function L word. Right, and we'll have function over here, public static int last word length, and we'll have string str, right? And we'll open this. What we have now, we have a string, right? So int count is equals to 0. What else? What else? Nothing else. So we'll start with the for loop. Int, okay, so yes, length. And we have to write the function, right? Int I is equals to, from the length we have to start, right? So we can do -1 over here and start, right? And so length is correct. We have made length correct. So from length to I is greater than equal to 0, right? I is minus minus actually, right? We are iterating from the last. If str.char at I is not is equals to what? What, Shashank? Not is equals to a blank space, right? Can we write it like this? Is it okay? Okay. If it is not a blank space, then we have to count, do count plus plus. You have to do count plus plus. Right. Only when we hit else, when this is not the case, when this is a blank space, then we have to stop actually. And we have to return what count. And let's say suddenly our, I'll tell you how. Let's see. Let's suppose if this is our string, right? We have a space over here and we are iterating only when, okay, so yes, we, what we want to do. Let's assume if this is the scenario, right? And please, let's just take very ideal things. We are starting from a space and we have this, right? Oh, let's assume we have this, the original string. So we have a trailing space and a leading space in front of right before this word, right? So we encounter a space. So we are returning. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. So what can we do is we can we can uh, so definitely we want to remove this line, right? How much time is left? Okay, 14 minutes. That's fine. That's fine. So let's see. Let's first focus on if we have a word right here. Okay, so this will only start counting if we have no space, right? If it's not a space, then only this will count. Continue is the right word. If every time there is going to be a space, then we have a problem. Else, what can we do? We can do minus one, right? Minus one again. Then we'll have minus two over here, right? Now we have caret this. This is not the space, then we are counting this. And if this is this, then we are going to have to count this, right? And we are out now, and we want to return simply count. Nothing else. We don't want to iterate after that. Now, what if you have, we check if length is greater than, if length is greater than what? Oops, my bad. Control C, we have to make this. Okay, let's keep this, right? And we write this instead. We said length is greater than zero, then only length is greater than zero, then only this will work. Length is not greater than zero. Return zero, right? Length is, then what we have to do then? Return one. Sorry, return. Yes, return one. The length is one, right? Okay, what if this is a blank space? Then what? Dude, that's a problem. I guess you understand that I am in that Goa vibe. Mm, then what we have to do, what we can do is right. If this is not equal to zero, and oops, my bad, and this is and str.char at char at is not equal to a blank space, right? Then you have to return one. And I know these conditions are also not very good. I have to think of better edge cases. Then you have to return count. Let's see if this works properly. Perfecto. So let's see what will this return. This must also return 9. Okay, let's see what happens right here. Now we have a problem. The word length changes. Why is it? Why? Because if we are given that we have leading spaces, and I hope it gets connected soon. Now we'll open GPT. We'll utilize the time and we'll open GPT. Just a second, I just don't want you to share. I just don't want myself to share the GPT. So I think yes, I am. I can share the screen with you. So this is my code DS, and the problem is linked list palindrome. This can be an exciting code. So wow. So this is the easiest way out, and I thought of this initially, and we exactly this is what we thought. This is our first solution, right? This is our first approach. But I think that split is expensive, right? Split is expensive. That's why we didn't use split. What the heck? What the heck? Um, just a second. Just a second. I hope I've switched on my mic. Yes, I have. So rate this solution out of 5 and tell me if can there is there are anything there are any improvements. Build faster with Codex. Try to build with and no. Join the Codex app waitlist. Try it in your ID. Take it. What you did, 4 out of 5. Nice, clean solution. It works for the basic and logic. Logic is easy to follow. Then that said, there are a couple of important edge cases and small improvements you can make. What you did well, time complexity is traversing from the end is the right approach. Handles empty and single character import code is readable and bring different issue. Your logic breaks when the string has trailing spaces, which is exactly the case in the problem. Your loop will hit a space immediately and return 0. How come? I've checked for it. So if there is, well, he is correct. Here, what we are doing, coolest solutionist. So this is the wisest way one can handle leading and trailing spaces. We can, if we have taken out the absolute length, while skip trailing spaces, while I is greater than 0, while I is greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, and trailing character is equal to this, I minus minus. Okay, I they have taken over here, and we are playing on I over here. So if this is a space, and if this is greater than equal to 0, then what do you have to do? Okay, right, is correct. While I is greater than equal to 0 and this is not a word, then we are counting. That's correct, and we are reducing. Once we encounter a space, this will keep on counting. Once we are hit, this will work only once, right? And this will work till the first word creation. And we will move out of here. Wow, this is absolutely genius. This is absolute genius. Right, this is not needed anymore. Remove rename method length of last word. Yes, read code. Okay, perfect. So we have the build solution for it, and our code works absolutely perfectly, tremendously fine. And I'm happy with the code. We have used a second approach. We could have utilized the first approach, which is what they have given over here. I think that is firstly, this is the most optimal. Well, yes, two while loops can be utilized, and we'll do with that. Actually, not. We'll not do with that. This is it. We have understood the improvements, and I think that I'll stop sharing the screen with you. And I think, oh, okay, so it's not working anymore. Frames have dropped, and I would just like to thank you for joining. I've seriously, literally enjoyed streaming from Dubai, from Charleston Hotel. Uh, See you tomorrow. That is today. The stream was meant to be done on 2nd.